9:08 a.m. 56 degrees Fahrenheit. What am I wearing? T-shirt and shorts. It's an additional wake-up factor that I need. Ooh. I just ate my special K-bar blueberry and it was delicious. Now I'm gonna wait like 2 minutes so I don't barf when I'm running. Not that I really would. This is more realistic because as long as I'm in the gym by 9:30, I have an hour. And I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be an hour in the gym. We'll see how I am when I get there. I want to go back to bed, but I'm not. Even if I just like walk a mile, I think that's better. And it's like, I've heard of so many people really liking working out in the morning, even though they're not morning people. And it like wakes them up, gives them more energy throughout the day, and just makes you feel good. So that's what I want to try. If anything else, I'll just nap later. So I could have put a jacket on, but I can't be bothered. Let's do this 56-degree weather. Oh, it's nice out. This is not 56 degrees. This is nice. I'm fine. I also just realized that I forgot gum, which I usually can't run without gum, but we'll see how I do. And I'm done. I still feel like I'm walking on a treadmill. So I did about the length of the first mobile cast, about 50 minutes. So I'm pretty pleased. I didn't run. I don't know if you can hear me because of the wind. So I did that 2.5 miles, which was more important than the running for me. And now I'm gonna go take a shower because I'm sweaty and greasy and even more greasy. I realized I did all that before I usually wake up because I usually wake up at 10:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays. Yep. Now it's 11:50 and time to go to class. I had a pleasant surprise because I was thinking that I had class at 11:30, but then I realized that's my theory class, not my drama class. So I had even extra time. And I actually did a bit of homework, sort of. So yeah, I am super excited to talk about my paper and see the responses that it gets. So class went over really well. My paper raised some interesting points. So now I have to eat and then take my scuba test. I'm hoping it goes over well. As I was going up the steps to the commons to get my lunch, I just tripped on like the second step. I tripped on the second step and I didn't face plant, but you know, I put my hand out and braced myself and then picked myself back up. And it wasn't a full fall, it was like going from the second step to like the top. And why did I fall? I have no idea. I'm thinking it's my body retaliating. And it was like, you made me get up earlier than I'm used to and you made me like do physical exercise. This is payback. So yeah, I don't really get embarrassed by things like that, so it doesn't really matter to me. But it was still funny. Time for my scuba test. He said it wouldn't take long, so we'll see how this goes. About 2:10 now and my instructor's still not here. I'm looking for him. So I realized that he left me a voicemail. He was stuck in construction, but apparently he's just arriving at Stetson now. So that's not too bad. It's 2:21, so it's not like I have to be anywhere soon. Woo, so it is 4:45 and I am back and done with my scuba test. It was interesting and I got a 94, so I passed. You pass with an 80, so I got more than enough to pass. I only missed 3 questions. And the questions that I did miss, it was because I misread the questions, and I even told him that, and he's like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, he went over all the questions that I got wrong. My biggest complaint is that the questions provide no real context, and as an English major, I'm always looking for context and the most amount of detail as possible. And a lot of them I had like no detail with. So the question that I had one of the biggest problems with, but I did answer it correctly because I knew what it was saying, but it was still a little bit unclear. The question went something like, the buoyancy that a diver wants to obtain and achieve is positive, neutral, negative, or none of the above. Of course it's not none of the above, but then I was like, well, it could be any of the three depending on which part of the dive you're in, because if you're descending, you want to be, you know, whatever. So it depends on if you're ascending, descending, or if you want to be neutral. The correct answer was neutral, but I told my instructor that, and he's like, okay, that's when you're that's when you have to suppress your English major. And I was like, I can't. And when I told my mom, she's like, yeah, try living with you. It's true. I do this all the time with everything. So yeah, that's that. But otherwise it went pretty well, and it's nice being the only student in class because it's nice. And now I have a headache because I just dealt with numbers and tables, and I really, really hate tables. So I'm going to drink some tea and watch some stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Now that I slept for 2 hours, more or less. No. Like an hour and a half, I'd say. It's time to go to the Julie Serrano performance talk, whatever you want to call it. I am really excited. So let's go see her. Going to lecture. I'll be a little early, but it's always better to be early. In summation, she was awesome. I consider myself an open-minded individual, but her performance and her speech and her talk really opened my mind even more, especially, of course, on the issue of transgendered individuals or anyone, really. And kind of really reinforced what we were talking about in my theory class, which is the class I had to go to this for, and I have to write a paper on for. And how gender isn't really one thing or binary thinking or two things. It's really just, I forgot exactly how Julie Serrano described it, but like gender is just a mess, really. There's no one definition of it, and there's no one way of thinking of gender. Yeah, I could talk a lot about things that were raised in her speech. But overall it was really interesting, definitely opened my mind more, and I really view transgendered people differently now after that 1.5 hour or whatever it was of listening to her. My thoughts are beginning to change and become even more open-minded, and I didn't think I could, but yeah. Very, very interesting. I really enjoyed her. Really did. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go buy her book. They had her book available to buy in the room, but I mean, I didn't have any money on me, so I couldn't buy it, so I'll buy it offline. Really, I can't say enough good things about her, and that she was really interesting. Now I have to wait for the line in the hat rack to die down a little bit, or go get some crap food from the C-store or coffee shop or something, because I was taking a nap when I should have been getting dinner. But sleep was more important. A sign, not really a sign, but I think I may watch too many YouTube videos, because these tabs are not including ones I've already watched today or ones I'm forcing myself not to watch today. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 videos, and a lot of them are 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, that's not bad, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 13 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Round it up, because like this is 6:43 and I said 6 minutes, so that's a lot of time, and I have some homework to do tonight. Will it get done? Maybe. I did end up going to the hat rack, but I got something that's kind of delicious. I have a feeling it's not very much healthier than a cheeseburger, but it tastes better. I finished reading all my theory and I've got 3 videos left to watch on YouTube, and then I'm going to head to bed. And last night I fell asleep probably a little after 2, so I'm gonna try for the same time today to fall asleep and then wake up around the same time tomorrow morning. So we'll see if workout day number 2 happens. It should, but we'll see. Good night, guys.